Hey, aloha, gang. Dr. Russ Rosen here, and welcome to Rosen Interviews the Greats. And we have two very special guests today. I've been so excited to do this interview. We've tried and missed, and here we are. So we've got Dr. Yad, we've got Roberto down in Australia. Welcome aboard, mates.
Great to be
Thank
here.
you.
I
So good
know
to be here, Russ.
it's kind of fun because neither of you have the Australian accents. Um, but you guys, I've had so much fun working with you guys and your entire team that I had to interview on this. So what I'm going to ask for is just a quick hit. Yeah, give us a minute or two on how you got into chiropractic and your story. Roberto, I'm going to ask the same from you. Then we're going to dive into some of the beef.
Okay.
Well, I'm Jeffrey Adlowski, born in the U.S. I hurt myself playing rugby. Met some chiropractors who took great care of me, and they said, "You're going to go to chiropractic school, and you're going to learn chiropractic at Palmer." And so I did, and I played rugby with Palmer. Traveled over to Australia. I practiced here, practiced in the U.S. I moved back, and now I'm in Brisbane, and 30 years in practice.
30 years in practice and killing it and killing it.
Yeah.
Roberto, you've got a really interesting story. Let's hear your version.
Sure. Okay. I was born and bred in Brazil, so Portuguese is my first language. At the age of 17, I moved to the amazing United States of America. And while I was studying at the beautiful University of Hawaii in Hilo on the Big Island, I came across some people who told me that I needed to go see a chiropractor. And so I then had visited another chiropractor in Indiana, and it literally turned my life around. I went to the chiropractor. I had no back pain, no neck pain, no headaches, but I was very interested in how the body functioned because I was studying to become a medical doctor and I wanted to be a heart surgeon. Which the heart surgeon said to me, I think if you become a chiropractor, you have a much better lifestyle and you love life a lot more than what we do here. So ended up seeing the chiropractor. It turned my life around. It cleared me of a lot of dysfunctions in my body that I didn't even know it was related to the nervous system. And 24 years later, I'm a chiropractor now. I love doing what I do. My wife and I moved to Tasmania, raised our children here in Australia. We love this country, and now I'm in beautiful Queensland, and so we're now here with Dr. Jeff and having a great time.
Yeah, beautiful. I just love that. Wait, it's Tanzania, is that it?
Tasmania.
Tasmania, Tasmania.
Yeah, the South Island.
Yeah, so cool. Very cool. All right, so here's the deal, gang. This is why I've got these guys on the call because you guys, there's only one other person who's ever pulled this off of 25 years of me coaching. And that is you guys said, let me go through the materials first, and then let's do some one-on-one coaching. Now, every single time I do that with somebody, they spend months and months to get nothing done. And then they finally tap out and say, okay, well, let's try some one-on-one coaching. And we're basically starting from the beginning. You guys, you guys actually showed up to the one-on-one coaching calls like, wow, you had really done your homework. And we were able to really start with you at a very high level of, here's how you do a consult exam report of findings. Now, I have worked with both of you. Both of you are the best I have worked with. I've told you guys before in how quickly you got this stuff. When we listen to live ones, mostly when I listen to live ones with people, it is nothing like how we practice at all. It's not even close. You guys are like spot on. I've worked now with four of your staff doing pre-consults, report of findings or ROF part ones, helping out with, everything. Also, your spinopractic
Massage.
That's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
spinopractic massage guy that we just got off with, who's amazing. I mean, you guys are amazing. How do you do it?
Well, we've been at it a long time between the two of us, right? I've been at it 30 years now. And obviously, I have all the principles and nuts and bolts down, but I got introduced to you through a recording that you had done for the Innate Summit down in Australia, the seminar. You did a recording for them and you explained a lot of the things in a very condensed sort of package. And Roberto and I listened to that recording and we listened to it over and over and over. We just wrote down what you said and started doing it, right?
Mhm.
And then we signed up to your system and we started doing doing everything you said. We just listened to it, wrote it down, and we would bounce stuff off each other.
Mhm.
We'd practice in front of one another, do role playing and critique each other and be brutally honest with each other. And we I think did a pretty good job at it. We just put some work in.
Yeah, yeah. We were very both very ready and keen to have that level of coaching that you provide. I must also say, from a personal note, that the moment I listened to you, Russ, I was very impressed with who you are and with the harmony that you have of relaying what you are living. You are a man that just not talks to talk. You actually practice what you do and what you teach. So it was very easy for us to be wide open, ready, and to put our homework in, knowing that if we put the effort in, we would get the outcomes that we were looking for, and we have, and we're very proud and very happy, and we could not have done it without your help, of course.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. And so I'm interested. So, in essence, for those of you who are listening and you're wondering, well, how can I do that too? Do what you say you're going to do. Like, that's it. Like, you guys really studied your information. Every single call, you guys came back having done your homework, really ready to move on to the next thing. Not only that, you took three of your staff through it, not including Alex, the spina practic guy, but three of just your staff
Right.
through how to do a pre-consultation. And when they showed up for their first call, they were by far the best staff I'd ever heard. Like you guys did such a great job on training them. All right, so let me ask you, one of the things that I was excited for you to do, and it took some time to get there, but was to get your staff to go in and do a pre-consultation for you. What's your experience of having a staff do that for you?
Well, from my perspective, I was always terrified, maybe the wrong word, but just thought that, letting someone else do what I'm supposed to be doing, it was just a real hang up letting a CA do that. And so it took a while for me to come to the conclusion that it may be worthwhile. And then we just knuckled down and took them through your training and let them listen to you. And then we critiqued in practice. We just practice in meetings. And then when they went in, they actually started doing a pre-consultation. Um, you use the term like going to the analogy of going to a concert and you see the warm-up act that's getting them ready, right? So we come walking in there and they're like they're ready to go. My staff is getting a great history from them. I just go in and wrap it up and they're like, yeah, that's everything. You've got it all, right? Or they'll add a couple little things and I'm done. I can tell them what I'm going to do, and we get down to it. And it's saved time, but it's also created a lot more rapport for for us, the chiropractors, right? The patient feels as though they already know us and feels as though they've already said everything they need to say, and they're ready to get started. So there's
Yeah.
a level of excitement and energy that's created by having them do that that I never would have anticipated without actually taking the leap and getting my staff to do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Roberto, what about you?
Yeah, I was similar to Jeff. I probably had fear of allowing someone else to do what I thought was my job to do. I thought that the whole consultation, the whole report of findings is something it's up to the doctor only. Only to realize as we went through as a team that we all grew so well together, and it was something, an experience that actually bonded us even deeper with greater levels of appreciation for each other and also to share the roles, and the patients just loved it. They were blown away. Like they were coming, they would give us feedback such as, wow, you know what? I've been to a lot of other chiropractors and it felt like I was flying in economy and now I'm flying first class when I come here because the level of attention, the level of service, the level of care is just gone up to the next level, and they were so excited. So it created this culture of caring going the extra mile to care. So it's stuff that money can't buy for you, really.
Absolutely. In my experience, and I asked a couple of your CAs, my experience of it is it ends up being the favorite part of their job. At
Yeah.
the beginning, it can be a little, oh, this should I be doing this? Isn't that what the doctor should be doing? Once they start doing it, they love it. They really get to connect with the people and they get to be more of a part of the healing process.
Yes.
And so, certainly with your team, man, they're on fire. And also just in relationship to that of having them go through the first part of the report of findings, so you can walk in and say, "Great, what do you get so far? Yeah, what about this? What about this?" What's your experience of that, having them do that part for you?
It cuts out from a time perspective, it cuts out a great deal of explanation for me and saves a lot of my time. But they've laid all the groundwork for me to just come in and say, okay, I want you to show me the subluxation that's probably causing the numbness and tingling down your arm. Which area is it? And they're pointing to it, right? And they're getting it. They're getting it. So, where's the area that could be causing the reflux that you get going on? Or they're pointing to the subluxation. And so for me, the greatest thing that this whole system of yours has done has been able to take my education system out of telling people what's wrong to asking them what's wrong, where they understand and they know what's going on. And they have an understanding and a level of awareness of what I do and why I do what I do, like nothing I've ever done before. And as Roberto says, it's taking people from, cattle class to first class in the process. And it, it's great to be able to see people see a light bulb go off in their heads, and having your staff be able to do that um, has been terrific.
Yeah.
Rupert, anything you would add to that?
Yeah, very similar to what Jeff. Just one thing to add is also the preparation of the environment and the atmosphere of when I walk into the report of findings. That the preliminary work has already been done and covered. Some of the questions have already been answered, or they have asked the right questions to get them to see how far they understand what information has been presented to them. So these people are really excited and they're proactive and they already look up to, they can't wait to see me in the room because it's lift up the standard and it's created that platform where I just come in, I'm the expert, and I just review, answer questions, and go straight to my job, as Jeff says, so that we are doing a lot more of what we love in a much less amount of time that we spend. So it's just created this sweet spot for us.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, one other thing that you guys have done, no surprise, I beg offices to do this. I literally get on my knees and I beg, please get people to your healthcare class before they get to visit one. And for every 50 offices I asked to do it, one will do it. You guys did it. What's your experience?
Roberto, you want to start?
Sure. I love it, Russ, because it lays the platform of if we provide you a first class level of service, the first prerequisite is that you actually make the choice that we're actually the right people to take you on the flight with us. So this is what we do for your sake. This is what we do to help you understand what we do, what we don't do, to make things clear. So it's been a revolutionizing thing for us because also it's gotten rid of a lot of our unrealistic expectations of ourselves that we want to perform, perform, perform to please and appease to people. But now it's like, this is who we are. This is what we do. We love what you do. Is this the right thing for you? Yes, I want it. Okay, how much do you want it? I'll meet you at our workshop. And then they come and then we start the process. So all the people that would normally come because they want a deal, they want a quick fix, they just want a crack in their necks to fix their headaches or whatever it might be, they're not even here anymore. So we don't even have to worry about that negative energy anymore.
Yeah, good for you. Yet,
Uh, yeah, there's a filtering process, which is very important. You know, the certain people just aren't going to show up. That takes a great deal of anxiety off my shoulders, where I don't have to invest all of me, because I go, every person that comes into my office, I'm investing to try to do everything I can to share with them what it is that I do and the value in their life, right? So those people who aren't on board, they never even make it through the gate, right? So the people I'm working with are people who are already invested in their time. And then doing a talks are energize me. When I do a talk, and I get more pumped up than the patients do, and they feed off of that energy. And people are like, yeah, I just had a couple in the office at the talk last week. They're like, I've been seeing chiropractors 50 years and they've never told me this, right? And there's that opportunity to share in a way that you just can't do with a one-on-one situation. So it brings them up to a level of not just understanding but energy that is going to make them really make us more attractive.
Yeah. So by the time they get into the office, they really get who we are, what we do, what we don't do. Our sign up rate goes up. I mean, everything is better.
Yeah.
So, again, for those of you listening, God, please consider doing that. Really consider doing it. And again, we talk about, you've already taken them through this. They already understand this whole concept. They already understand this whole concept. They've already heard case studies. They know how long it might take and how much it might cost. I mean, by the time they get in the office, they're pre-sold. They really want to be there. And everyone I work with is like, God, I just wish I could work with people that really wanted to work with me. And I didn't have to try and convince people who didn't want to work with me. This is how you do it.
That's
This,
right.
this is it, right? All right, a
Yeah.
couple more questions. One is, I always laugh about this when I tell docs we're gonna have you record live visit ones and twos and everything, daily interaction, re-exam, report, and then we're gonna listen to them together. And I can usually see people like their hands are sweating and their mouth is dry. Like, I don't want to listen to them with you. What's your guys' experience of listening to live ones with me?
Go ahead, Roberto.
I love your encouraging side, and so I see you as um, my coach that just wants to draw the best out of me. So I never had the thought of I'm recording so Russ can critique and go through the negative. No, Russ looks at the positive and he makes the positive so big that there's no room for the negative anymore. So I don't even want to dwell on that anymore. So I always look forward to it, and I think that's why it became this culture that we actually enjoyed doing the lives with you, because initially I thought, oh, geez, I don't even like the sound of my voice on that recording, but if people are getting it, it must be working. So I must learn to enjoy the way that I actually sound, because it's actually not all that bad after all. So the more that we did it, then the more natural it became.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, you guys should hear some of what I hear, but yeah, but yours is really good. Yad, how about you? What's your experience for yourself and also for the other staff that we listen to live ones together?
Yeah. It's confronting, right? Like the staff, I know it caused them some anxiety when we told them what we were going to do, and fair enough, right?
Yeah.
It caught. I've been listening to coaches over the years, and just other people say you need to record yourself, and I had on a limited basis, but when you first asked me to record myself, I listened to it and I said okay during my initial consultation 85 times, right? And I
Yeah.
just sat there going, "Oh my God, as you say, it's like nails on a chalkboard." It was horrifying. However, it was vital for me to be able to hear those idiosyncrasies and then also your critiques and to be able to clean house and perform at a higher level. I don't sign up for coaching and spend a lot of money to expect, I'm gonna put in the work and I'm gonna do what I need to do because I want to grow. So as long as somebody has that intention and you're willing to do whatever and listen to you, I think it's the only way to go.
Yeah. Good. Anything else you guys would like to share about anything that you can support or inspire other doctors?
Roberto?
No, I think we've covered most things really well. I'm very grateful for the journey and the opportunity I have had. I couldn't recommend it enough because it's helped to develop me into a better person. And out of that growth that I've had as a person and in my own belief system and some of the corrections that I have, made and some of the adjustments, it's just created a much better practice. So my practice is now in direct proportion of who I am as a person on the inside. And I think that's a very incredible gift that you have, Dr. Rosen. And I think it's wonderful that we've been given this opportunity. So I'm very grateful for the
Yeah.
opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. You know, at the beginning, when we start coaching, I tell everybody I work with, if all I do is help you grow your practice, I will have failed you. Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
it's all else that happens as we become more whole and we
Yeah.
heal and from that place go and serve people.
Yeah.
It's just a whole different experience. Yad, for you?
Hmm. Uh, the system is complete that you offer, right? It's a complete system, and you recommend you start people with uh, getting clear on their values and their value systems. And that's where Roberto and I started, is right at the beginning. A lot of doctors may think, I don't need to do that. I just want to learn the scripts. I just want to learn, how to do this. But we started at the beginning before we really took off on the scripts, is we wanted to make sure that we were congruent within ourselves and with each other, within the practice. That was of great value. And the system that you provide of taking people, I've tried to teach people about subluxations for 20 some years in practice with very limited success, getting someone to understand what it is that we do. Your system of Socratic teaching, breaking through people's reptilian brains, allowing them to to hear, think, and accept a subluxation as a new belief system is impeccable. And it's the greatest thing that I've gotten out of it is the ability to be able to see somebody's eyes and see in their mind, they're like, wow, and to really, really have what it is that I do. And that's been the greatest blessing. And I think if you're a subluxation chiropractor and you want to teach these things and you really want people to get it, this is the way to go. And I know I've told you before, I wish I had learned this at Palmer College.
Me
And
too. Yeah.
why aren't we teaching this type of education
University.
system
Yes.
to everybody in their last year coming out of school, so that
Yes.
they'll make such a more significant impact in their practice, in their life, and in the world, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for that, and I really value the process of teaching.
Yeah, thank you. I agree, man. I think I think this should be taught in the schools. It drives me crazy that it's not. Um, Last thoughts before we head out, and Roberto, I know you got to jump. If somebody said to you, "Hey, I'm thinking of working with Russ," what would you tell them and why?
Really, please don't hesitate. It'll be the best investment, and you will see it go right through your personal life, your practice, and the results that will actually speak for themselves. And if you're looking at returns and dividends, it's going to be an incredible exponential growth in your practice and in your personal life, I believe.
Beauty. Thank you. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've been with a lot of other coaches before, and I've gotten a lot out of them. I've had a couple mentors I've really loved, right? But as I said, if you're willing to put in the work, it comes down to yourself, right? If what you want to get out of this, if you're not going to put in the work and you expect the coach to get you there, don't do it, right? If you're willing to do the work, I don't think that there's a better program that exists to be able to shift you to the next level.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So, for those of you who are listening, I hope you found great value out of this. If you're serious about making some changes, let me know and we can get on Zoom and chat it down where you're at, where you want to get to. For you guys, it is such a joy to work with you and your entire team. Love you guys. Thanks so much. As always, gang, much love. Aloha. Bye, gang.
Aloha. Thank you.